Hi kids, it's Bunny, and I'm here with another fabulous journal. This is a fabulous one. My throat's a little sore, so if I sound funny, sorry, but the show must go on. And as always, if this runs out before I'm done, I'll make a part 2. And if it runs out on the last page, I probably won't. Okay, so here we go. This is called Essence of Beauty. And it is a chunky one, as you can see. It's got a beautiful lady looking at her reflection on the front. There's a vintage butterfly brooch decorating it, some lace. It's hardbound chipboard covered with pretty green fabric and held together with this pink raw silk sash. So let's get inside. There's my little helper back there. Okay. Inside, in the front pocket, we have a journaling card. All the journaling cards are blank on the back, so you can journal on them. This is a little envelope I made, and it has some small journal cards in it. This is a little message about the journal, some information for people who don't know that much about how to use a junk journal. The pretty full-page rosy pictures you see, whoops, let's get on camera here, are from Little Crafter's Helper on Etsy, and my favorite kit. And we have little things throughout, stickers, stampings, things like that. The paper is coffee dyed. And in this first tuck, we have some journaling cards. That's actress Lillian Gish or Ellen Pickford. Now I've forgotten. That's an old-time actress. And a tag. All the tags are also blank on the back for journaling. And all of the ephemera in here is genuine. This is vintage ephemera from 1935. Telephone bill. Yes, they had telephones in 1935. Yes, they did. And some of the pages have lace on the edges also. There's a doily, some music paper, there's some wallpaper, and a page from a vintage book. Excuse me. This is some handmade paper with what do you call that? Flower petals. Flower petals in it. Yes. And in this pocket we have journaling cards. And this particular pocket opens up. Oh, and I've got a little teeny weeny envelope also with a teeny weeny card inside it. Anyway, this opens up, so you have some more space for journaling. And it folds right back up like that. Easy peasy. Okay. Moving on. I try to leave more space for journaling than I usually do. In the center of this signature, it's a double pocket. In this side, there's some journaling cards. On this side, there's a miniature notebook, complete with miniature journaling cards. You can make some notes in that. And here's another little envelope that I clipped on. And it has a little card in it. Here is some vintage, well, I'm not sure if it's vintage, but it's coffee-dyed ledger paper. More handmade paper. In this tuck, more journaling cards. Such beautiful cards. Tag. Another piece of vintage ephemera from 1902. Grain and flour seed receipt. Little clusters here and there. More wallpaper, more sheet music. There's another tuck with more pretty journaling cards. More pretty ladies. It's a book all about pretty ladies. And here's a little envelope. What do you call it? Glycine? That's not the word, is it? I'll think of it later. Got some flowers here. Here's a little, well, I can't seem to keep this on camera. There, okay, a little bag with a authentic vintage photograph. Not sure. I think it says 1929 on the back. Okay, and in this tuck there's another mini envelope with mini journaling card inside. You can look at that later if you buy it. More beautiful journaling cards. I really like this journal. Here's a vintage envelope, registered mail. It doesn't have anything in it, but let's see, where is it? When's it from? 1930 something. This neat polka dot coffee dyed paper. Here's some vellum paper. This is handmade paper. It's very soft. This is some vintage, can't seem to stay on camera, vintage sheet music. Here's a pocket that I did some texture work on. And this one has a vintage letter in it from 1913, and I believe it's from someone to her sister. You can read that. It's very, very nice. This is a page from a vintage children's book. And here's a little envelope that I clipped on. And what's inside it? This vintage playing card with a circus theme. Sorry I keep sniffing. I don't know, I must be catching a cold. Here is another little miniature envelope with a miniature card in it. More journaling cards, tag, and this is a vintage greeting card from 1921, I believe. And more vintage sheet music, more vellum. More journaling cards, plenty of places to write notes, and a tag. It's a page from another vintage book. There's a little envelope with some journaling cards in it. In this tuck, there's more beautiful ladies of bygone eras and more vintage ephemera. This is from, I think it's 1919. It's from a coffin company. Okay, alright, we'll put that away real quickly. Wallpaper, vintage book page, another one of these pockets that you can unfold with beautiful journaling cards in it. And like the other one, you can unfold it right in it. Sheet music. Here's a polka dot coffee dyed envelope. Inside of it are some journaling cards. And this is a page out of a vintage book. Oh, what's his name? And onto it, I've put a little envelope, little mini journaling cards. Audubon. The Beautiful Opossum by Audubon. More handmade paper. In the center of this one, I've put this long envelope, which has a vintage photograph on one side. And here is another vintage photograph, plus some journaling cards and a peacock feather. Here's another tuck. More beautiful ladies. And doily. Wallpaper. Another tuck with more journaling cards. And here's another miniature notebook for you to write in. And another vintage piece of ephemera. Borden's Ice Cream, 1946, I believe, receipt. Oh, I'm getting off camera again. I'm sorry, I'm doing a terrible job. And more journaling cards. And here's another vintage envelope, an airmail envelope. I'm not sure what year. It's postage due, naughty naughty. More vellum. In this little bag is a vintage photograph. More children's book. In this pocket are some more beautiful ladies. And a tag. This is a piece of sari from India with pretty sequins all over it. More journaling cards. More vintage ephemera. This one from, I don't see a year. It might be 1910. More vintage children's book, vintage other book. Little bag with journaling card in it. Vintage sheet music, more vellum with a peacock on it. More of that coffee dyed polka dot paper. Here's an interesting lady with a interesting glare. And another tag. And that brings us to the end, and inside the back cover is a pretty card and another little notebook that you can make additional notes in. And that is the journal. I love this one. I hope you will too. You can find it in my shop, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.